Good morning, students. Today we will start What is Democracy? Why Democracy? Part 3 of Political Science, Class 9th. In the previous class, we had studied about the features of democracy, that is, free and fair electoral competition, one person, one vote, one value, rule of law, and respect for rights, with the help of some examples, that is the case of China, Mexico, Saudi Arabia and Zimbabwe. Today we will study why we need democracy. Till now we had studied about what is democracy. Now we study why we need the democracy. We will learn about the merits of democracy, argument against democracy and argument for the democracy, and broader meaning of democracy in this part of our chapter. Debating merits of democracy. Real democracy should be compared with real form of other modes of government like monarchy, dictatorship or others. To understand it better, arguments in favor and against democracy are as follow. Arguments against democracy. Leaders keep changing in a democracy. This leads to instability. Democracy is all about political competition and power play. There is no space for morality. Many people have to be consulted in a democracy, which leads to delay. Elected leaders do not always know the best interest of the people, which lead to bad decision. Democracy lead to corruption as it is based on electoral competition. Ordinary people do not know what is good for them. They should not decide anything. Democracy lead to frequent changes in leadership. Sometimes this can set back big decisions and affect the government's efficiency. Democracy is not a magical solution for all the problems. It has not ended poverty in our country and in other parts of the world. It ensures that people can take their decisions, but it does not guarantee that their decision will be good. People can make mistakes. The above mentioned argument shows that the democracy may not be the ideal form of government. Now we discuss it with an example comparing democracies of India and China. The worst recorded famine in the world was the 1958 and 1961 China famine. In this, around 5 crores people died. During the same period, the economic condition of India was similar to that of China. But India did not have any kind of famine. According to economists, this was due to different government policies in India and China. As India is a democratic country, its government responded differently to food scarcity. Due to this, no large-scale famine has ever affected independent India. If China too had free press, opposition party, etc. like India to criticize the government, so many people won't have died in this famine. This example tells why democracy is considered as the best form of democracy. Now we say that till now we had done with the argument against democracy. Now we say what are the argument for the democracy. Democracy is better than any other form of government in responding to the need of people. A democracy requires that the ruler have to attend to the need of the people. A democratic government is a more accountable form of government. Democracy is based on consultation and discussion, which reduces the possibility of taking rash and irresponsible decisions. Thus, democracy improves the quality of decision making. Democracy provides a method to deal with differences and conflicts. Only in a democracy different groups can live with one another peacefully. In a diverse country like India, one another people people living from different religion and languages are living together. Democracy keep our country together. Democracy enhances the dignity of citizen. In democracy, the poorest and the least educated have the same status as the rich and the educated, because democracy is based on the principle of political equality. Democracy also allow us to correct our own mistake. For example, if we choose one party for in one election, we have the power to correct our mistake in the next election procedure. There is a space for public discussion on the mistakes, and there is a room for correction also. In democracy, either the ruler have to change their decision or the ruler can be changed. From all the above argument in favor of democracy, we can conclude that democracy cannot give us everything, but is clearly better than any other form of government. Next, we have the broader meaning of democracy. The most common form of democracy is representative democracy. In this, the majority of people rule through their elected representative. It is because modern democracies involve such a large number of people that it is physically impossible for them to sit together and take collective decision. Even if they could, the citizens do not have the time, the desire, or the skill to take part in all decisions. Next, we have democratic decision making. A democratic decision making involves consultation with and consent of all those people who are affected by that decision. Powerful and non-powerful people should have the same say in taking the decision. This can apply to the government or a family or any other organization. Thus, democracy is a principle that can be applied to any sphere of life and can take many forms. In a democracy, every citizen must be able to play an equal role in decision making. For this, an equal right to vote is not sufficient. Every citizen needs to have equal information, basic education, equal resources, and a lot of commitment. If we take these ideas seriously, then no country in the world is a perfect democracy. Every democracy has to try to realize the ideals of democratic decision making. It cannot be achieved once and for all. It requires a constant effort to save and strengthen democratic form of decision making. Now, this is the end of your chapter. We will fastly go through the terms which you should know. First, referendum. What is the meaning of referendum? A general vote by the electorate on a single political issue which has been referred to them for a direct decision. Next, we have cabinet, the committee of senior ministers responsible for controlling government policies. Then dictatorship, a form of government in which a person or a group of people possessing absolute power without effective constitutional limitation. That's it with your chapter. All the best, students.